We have some movement in the Idaho 4 case. Let's get straight to it. Hey guys, this is Jules with True Crime Reactions. Disclaimer. Everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged. Okay, so today is September the 19th and we have new documents in the Idaho 4 case. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and show y'all that the first thing that pops up is this order governing courtroom conduct. This is going to tell us how Ada County is going to handle Bryan's court case. What's important for that is because we also have a notice of a hearing. We are going to actually be having a court hearing next Thursday, September the 26th at 2 p.m. for the first time in front of Stephen Hippler, the brand new judge. Now, I'm going to go through and read this document so that we can get an idea about how these are going to be happening, because at this point in time, I don't know if we're sure if we're going to actually be able to view these hearings or not. So this should give us a better idea. To provide for the orderly disposition of this case, this order shall govern the conduct of the public and media in the Ada County Courthouse for the entirety of this case, including the jury trial, and supersedes any prior courtroom conduct orders in this case. Whatever was done in Moscow doesn't matter anymore. The court is mindful of the need to balance the constitutional rights of the defendant, the public's interest, and the right to information in conjunction with certain constitutional and statutory rights for the public to attend the proceedings, and the court's interest in maintaining order and an environment which permits all participants to focus on their responsibilities without undue distractions, and the court's interest in the safety of the public in court and security personnel. With these factors in mind, pursuant to Idaho Court Administrative Rules 45 and 49, the court orders as follows: seating and attendance in Ada County courtroom. Seating for victims, families of defendant, counsel, other court personnel. Okay, of course, we're going to automatically have the reserved seating. Okay, public seating. Subject to the need for reserved seating referenced in 1A, seating for the public will be permitted in the courtroom as space permits on a first-come basis. There will be no priority or designated seating for the media. No person may reserve seats except as indicated in 1A above. Standing attendance when open seating is unavailable will not be allowed. So if you can't get your butt into a seat, you just don't get to be into the courtroom. Entry and exit during court proceedings. All spectators, including members of the media and the public, shall be seated before court is in session and during any portion of a hearing. No entry or re-entry to the courtroom shall be permitted while court is in session. So if you have to, for any reason, actually get up and leave, you're not allowed to come back in. Other restrictions and requirements: broadcast of proceedings. This is what we've been looking at. Okay. Security screening. All persons entering the courtroom may be subject to additional security screenings. Handbags, backpacks, and other carry-ins are subject to inspection. That's pretty normal. Cell phone and other electronic devices in the courtroom. Cell phones, tablets, laptops, or any other electronic devices shall be turned off or be in silent mode and shall not make any sound or create any distractions. Devices shall not be used to record, photograph, or transmit any sounds, images, or video from the Ada County courtroom. No one may talk on a cell phone inside of the courtroom. If the use of electronic devices, such as keyboards, are distracting, their use may be prohibited by the presiding judge, which means Bryan Inton can sit in there and be Twitter happy all he wants to, as long as his screen is not distracting other people and as long as nobody can hear what's happening. Okay. Interviews and reporting. No media interviews or reporting shall be conducted inside the courtroom. Okay, I take back everything I just said, because obviously he can't be live tweeting then, because that would be considered reporting, right? The public, including media, is also subject to Administrative Order number 24-09-01 regarding conduct inside and outside the Ada County Courthouse. So you can use your electronic devices as long as they're not distracting. They can be on. Just have to be like in silent, not making any noise, but you can't report. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think he can tweet. That's really the only real life example I can think of. They can't tweet. Okay. Disruptive behavior. Any activity or behavior which is considered disruptive may result in removal from the courtroom. Okay, here we go. Oh, they're going to be streaming it, baby. We're just going to have a whole different link. Okay. Streaming of court proceedings. Hearings that are open to the public will be streamed at YouTube channel at Idaho 4th District Court. I'll pull it up here in just a second. Streaming or broadcasting of the jury trial, if permitted, will be addressed in a future order. I figured whatever was going to end up happening with the trial was going to be a whole separate order anyway, but I honestly don't see it being any different. There'd be no reason for them not to live stream it if they already have the access to do so, with the court being in control the way Moscow did. No reason for it not to happen that way. Any prior order related to broadcasting of the jury trial in this matter is hereby rescinded. And I, again, don't remember if we actually got to that. I was just always under the impression it was going to be live streamed on the YouTube channel. Anyway, okay. Any person violating the terms of any portion of this order may be removed, temporarily and or permanently excluded, and any recordings or images violating the order may be seized and or deleted. In addition, the person in violation may be charged with contempt pursuant to Idaho Code Section 18-1801 and or trespass pursuant to Idaho Code Section 18-7008 and or other such charges may be appropriate, and also may be imprisoned and or fined. And then this is the administrative order. The administrative order governs during all hearings and the trial in State versus Kohberger and related proceedings in that case. The provisions of this order control over the provisions of Administrative Order 2105211 where there is a conflict in the terms, and it goes down to this footnote, and it says, let's get this a little bit bigger. Administrative Order number 2105211 addresses the use or possession of video, audio, and photographic equipment to cover, broadcast, or record court proceedings in various locations throughout the courthouse. The presiding judge is responsible for decisions discerning the use or possession of video, audio, or photographic equipment in the courtroom or other rooms where court proceedings are to be held. Okay, yeah, they can have electronic devices inside. They just can't report from it. Like, he can't be, and I say he like Brian Enton, he can't be sitting there sending all of his information in his head or anything that he's hearing and transcribing or whatever. He can't be sitting there like tweeting it out, reposting it, because that's considered broadcasting. But can he sit there and like type up notes on his phone to then send out later? I don't see why he couldn't, right? Okay. Access. Court security personnel may restrict public access to any stairwell or other area of the courthouse or courthouse grounds if necessary for security. Security personnel may also restrict access to any floor of the courthouse being used for the Kohberger matters. 2. 1. Persons authorized to have access to the courtroom or other rooms being used for the Kohberger matters. 2. Persons attending other court proceedings being held on that floor. 3. Persons having business with a court or county entity on that floor. Court security personnel may erect temporary barriers, including in the courthouse stairwells, to aid in the enforcement of this provision, so long as the barriers do not prevent or substantially impede egress in the event of a fire or other emergency. Court security personnel may organize or disperse members of the public and media seeking access to the Kohberger matters as necessary to enable other persons having court business or business with an entity in the courthouse to have access to the courthouse. Meaning you can't be in there trying to block people from getting where they need to be just because you want to get a first, front row seat. That's basically what that's about. Seating. Public and media seating in the Kohberger matters open to the public will be on a first-come basis as a method as determined by the trial court administrator. Okay, yeah, we already talked about this. Is this all the exact same thing? Because I'm really not about to do this again. I'm really just not about to read the entire thing all over again. But it's pretty much the exact same thing. Electronic devices and recordings, all cell phones, other electronic devices. Whether audio, video recording, or photography is permitted at a wedding or adoption ceremony being conducted by a judge in or on the grounds of the courthouse is at the discretion of the judge performing the ceremony. If the judge presiding over the wedding or adoption ceremony grants his permission, the trial court administrative office must be informed in advance of the ceremony. What in the world does that have to do with this? Oh, okay, because they can't be having cameras or anything anywhere where anybody related to the Kohberger case, including the jury members later on. That makes sense. That makes sense. But that's really it. Like this, all this other stuff is like, if you're there, no media interviews are recorded or live on-air sessions or appearances may take place within the courthouse common areas or courtrooms. So the news reporters can't be just like outside on the steps ready to like interview people. They got to be off grounds is what it sounds like. Yeah. Recordings, interviews, or broadcast any media activity outside of the courthouse may be restricted in certain areas. Further, no such media activity may restrict or hinder. Okay. Well, yeah. Okay, so let's go back and get this YouTube channel. Can I click it? Oh, look at that. It's all crackhead. Okay. Well, the link didn't work because as they have it in there, there's a space whenever it actually initiates the link, so it doesn't work. But the description box for this video will have the link directly to the Idaho 4th District Court. But that is it, you guys. That is the updates. So don't forget, it will be live streamed. We will be able to view everything. And we have a court hearing as soon as next week, September the 26th. So we will do like we always do on this channel. I will stream it live. I will be in chat with you guys. And then if anything spectacular happens and we need to discuss it, then we will go live later on in the afternoon to do so. But that is it, you guys. Let me know what you think about all of this down in the comments. If you like the way that I present this information and give my opinion, please do not forget to leave a like on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed already. And don't forget to make sure that your notification bell is set to all so you don't miss any of my rants, reviews, reactions, updates, or deep dives. See y'all.